In the last episode of Pixar's Adventure Park, we started to build this amazing art plan, which also included this awesome recreation of Soarin'. Welcome back to Pixar's Adventure Park episode 16. Oh my goodness, I can't even lie, that feels like so weird to say. It's been quite a while. Alright, let's get straight into it. So for this episode, my plan is to try and update the 2 flat rides we have in the land. So of course we have this hot air balloon ride, and then also we have this amazing drop tower here. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. And before we get into it, I'm just gonna let you know I'm recording this on my laptop, so the quality may be yeah, but like, you know, we'll move. Now the first ride I'm gonna work on is the balloon ride here. Now one thing that sucks about this flat ride, I can't change the colors of like each individual balloon. I can only change like every other balloon. So like I was originally gonna make this like rainbow, kind of like the balloons up on the house here, but like that is just not gonna be possible. So instead I think I want to go for like a wilderness explorer style, I guess. I don't know. So we'll start by just coloring this very quickly, and we're gonna make this like these sort of like orangey brown colors like that. Alright, I think this color scheme here is looking pretty nice. Now that we've got that done, I'm going to quickly just get rid of this ugly looking floor, because let's be real, that is just like not it. Alright, so we want to try and center this. I think that already looks pretty centered. And then we're just going to make this like absolutely huge. Alright, I'm then going to lower this as far down as I can. I think around about there might be as good as I can get. Just like that. Beautiful. Oh crap. So I'm just going to grab this, and we're going to paint this just this sort of like floor color for now. I think that'll look pretty nice. And now all we need to get rid of is just those ugly looking like little fences. So just in the corner back here, I'm going to put that there. And then connected to these, I'm going to put a legacy path, and that should get rid of it. Oh my goodness, that already just makes it look 10 times better. Like, let's be real. Why are the shadows bugging out? Oh my, that, yeah, but that just looks so much better already. Okay, so that was pretty basic and easy to do. Now I'm thinking I want to put the entrance. Alright, so that was very simple. We've got the basic work done. I think I want to put the entrance around here. So what I'm going to do now is make the sort of cube path. Oh my gosh, my frame rate. And for that, of course, we're going to use the old classic strategy of... We're gonna use that strategy that I used in the Bugs Land, where I have these like curvy little paths with custom sticks on them. That's sort of the plan that I want to go with. Now I kind of want this queue to like wrap around and come in the back there. I think will be a cool idea. Even like we'll have it come back this way and have it go behind the up house, or Carl Fredrickson's house I should call it. The only issue is it's getting very close to the Bugs Land, so I'm gonna try and keep it like apart. This is looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna just start to have it sort of come and connect with the ride. And as a queue path goes, it's pretty short, but I don't think it matters too much. So we're just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna paint all of this now, and there we go. That is just like the entrance path done. Now with the exit, I'm just gonna do the same, but I'm gonna put it like over here. It's gonna be really quick and easy to do. Now for the exit path, I'm just gonna grab this little path here and put it just around about there, I guess will work. I mean, simple, you come in here, you exit there. Easy. I think what I'm going to do next is going to be the most annoying thing ever, and it's going to be doing the fence pose. And I'm going to be doing this the same way that I did like all of these ones here. It's going to take so long, but it's going to look so good. So first, I just got to quickly make a nice little fence pole design. I'm thinking instead of doing the cylinder ones that I did in Bugs Land, I'm gonna do sort of like square ones, I guess. We'll see how this turns out. Actually, I don't know about the square ones. I've already changed my mind. It's been like 2 seconds. But I do have a sort of idea of what like design I want to do. Okay, so we do something like this, and then we're just gonna get nice like dark wood color. I'm gonna paint that dark wood. We'll get the cobblestone, and I'm gonna get this just sort of grey like that. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Put another one just there. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna grab all of this. Okay, we'll paste one there, and then all I need to do now is just grab this. Okay, so it's been like a couple minutes and I have decided on this little design. It is very basic, but I'm very happy with it. It looks really nice. So all I need to do now is copy this and just like place it all the way around. Just spam it absolutely everywhere. Oh my goodness, that looks so nice. I am so happy with that. It's just so clean. All right, we'll quickly just make sure like this isn't gonna hit the fence as we go up, because that will kind of not be good. Please don't hit the fence. I'd be, oh no, we're good. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Now what I'm going to quickly do, just to save me some time, just move these paths so they line up with the fence poles like this. So I can just delete that. Voila, exit. Now we're going to do the same with this one, but this one's going to be a lot more difficult to align. We just got to get that like centered nicely. Like that should work nicely. Then delete this. Entrance. Perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this off camera because this is going to take years and like I don't have years to do this. So I'm going to build these fences, but along this path here. Wish me some freaking luck. This is going to take hours. It's going to, oh my gosh, why am I doing this to myself? Oh my, I should have just not come back, honestly. This is ridiculous. Okie dokie. Okay, so I've got these fences are now put in place. I put them through the entrance all the way down there, and I've also just done a little bit at the exit here, so we're looking good. Now of course these two fences are the exact same designs, nothing special about them. It actually was a lot quicker than I thought it would be, so you know, I'm pretty happy with that. Now what I want to do now is make the ride sign, or like the entrance, and originally I was going to do like an arch around here, but I don't want to build an arch that's going to take away from, the house, because that's like that's the icon. So I'm going to try something else instead. So we're just going to start with a block first of all, something like that. We're going to get these corner primitives now. Okay, so it's a pretty basic little structure like that. I'm then going to paint this that same sort of like rock texture as the fence. I'm going to grab this. I'm just going to make it a little smaller, and then I'm going to copy it again, and I'm going to see how this looks. So now that we got that, I'm just going to paint this top half of it blue. Very basic little design, but I think it looks pretty dang nice. Now that is absolutely huge, so I'm just going to make it smaller. So there we go. So I'm going to put this one just over here. Then over here I'm going to make another one, but I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to push it down into the ground a little bit more. Okay, so this one's going to have the name of the ride, and this is going to be ride information. Pretty basic, but pretty nice. Now, of course, I'm going to use image panels for both of these things, so they're just going to be plain for now. I'm probably going to do that in the last episode of the up area, so we'll get to that later. Okay, well, so now that we've got those little signs in place, I think I want to start actually doing a little bit of decoration, just to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. Now, since I've last played, we've got all these new amazing nature items, so let's use some of them. So I'm just going to start by placing some bushes just to cover up these little corner areas, of course. That looks pretty nice. I think I'm going to get the color though and just change it a little bit. I want to make it darker. There we go, that looks pretty nice. I'm now just going to copy this, and I'm just going to put one in each corner just to block out that stupid basic path. Okay, we're also just going to place some more of these bushes in just big patches around. Now, like, I've got this design effect that I want to get with this, so I'm hoping I can make it look like what I've got in my head, but we'll have to see. I think they've got grass now as well. Oh my gosh, look at this. I am going to love using stuff like this. Oh my goodness. I wonder how much this uses in the item limit, but it looks so nice. I could only dream of having this while I was building a Bugs Land, like, honestly. Oh, you're telling me I can just, like, I am speechless. This is amazing. Just oh my gosh, it looks so good. It's crashing me. It's making my frame rate go all dookie. But it looks so good. Alright. Now what I want to try and do is have like patches that have like lots more than others. But for now that looks pretty good. Okie dokie, it is now the next day, and I think what I want to do is quickly just adjust some of the decorations here a little bit, and then after that we are going to do the drop tower ride, or the launched free fall it's called. Right, so before we just get straight into decorating this, there are some custom sort of plants that I want to make, and for these plants I'm just gonna do something very basic. You've probably seen like people do this before. So if we do something like that, we can then grab like a nice sort of grassy color. Pretty basic, but it looks really nice. So I'm just gonna quickly group this and I'm gonna copy it and put it into place. You can just like put one maybe here, put one maybe close to the ride just there. Might go over to this side and put one down as well. And just hopefully like adding like custom plants like this should hopefully add like more of a tropical like sort of vibe. Talking about this tropical sort of vibe, we have these palm trees in game that I want to start placing around a little bit. But before that, I gotta fix up the colors because the colors are not it. Okay, so my plan with these is I want to make little like patches of like bushes where there are palm trees growing out. I'll make a couple different types and then I'll just be able to copy those like around everywhere. So I'll just do something like this to start it off. Then I get some grass, make the grass really big. And then just like that, we have a little patch of palm trees that we can now start just placing around. So I think a good spot for one would just be behind the house here. Place one over around about here. And then just gonna clear up a little bit of space here with these trees. And I can place some of these over here as well. Now what I'm also gonna do is just get some of these smaller ones and just place these around a little bit. Just add a bit more plant life, sort of just to this general area. Now one last thing I'm going to build in this little area is some custom rock work. Now for some reason in the movies, like the rocks are really prevalent and like they're just like everywhere. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can make anything that looks pretty nice. And they're like these big towers of rocks. It's kind of weird, but we'll see what I can do. So just rocks like this I think will work pretty nicely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just finish this area of the flat ride, try and decorate around it, make it look really nice. You know, try and make it look more tropical, see what I can do. And then once I come back, we will pretty much just do the same thing we did here, but with the drop ride over here. So I'm going to get started on that and I'll be right back. So, okay, it has been maybe like an hour and I've just been straight building. And I kind of like may have went a little bit like overboard by like a lot. Let's just say I wasn't happy with where we were, like with the nature. I just didn't think it fit. So let me show you what I've done off screen. Okay, so okay, I don't know what's going on with the ride, but yeah. So yeah, as you can see, I kind of went all out with this little area. It now feels super tropical and I love it. It feels like an actual forest. Before it felt like a desert with like some plants, which is not really what it's meant to be. It's meant to be more like very tropical. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. To get this, I made these custom like little palm trees over here, which let's just be honest, they look so much better than those freaking normal ones. Those ones suck. So yeah, I placed those around. I placed a bunch of bushes, trees, a bunch of these rocks around, and it just looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. It looks super tropical. It's got the vibe that I was kind of going for. So yeah, we've got that done. It took me ages, but we got it. With that done, it means we can move on to the drop ride. Now for this, I'm thinking I want the entrance to be here. So we'll come up here through there and then exit will be down there. I think that's a good idea, so let's do that. First thing I'm gonna do is just copy this path. And I'm just going to move it to around about here. Now, I don't want it to be too close to the entrance of the main ride of the land, but I also don't want it to be too close to here. So it's got to be like in the middle. I think right about there will work nicely. Now, I'm just going to do the same thing I did last time and just make a path that leads over to the ride. This one should be pretty simple though. It's not going to take long at all. I'm actually just going to delete the ride, I think, for now, because I want to move it a little. So it was just there. I think I'm going to move it just a couple, maybe there. Of course, we're just going to make this nice and tall. I'm thinking maybe, how's that? I think that's a good height. Yeah, I think that's perfect height. All right. Then I'm quickly going to make the exit path, which is going to be right about here, of course. And we'll just have this come in to the front, just like this. Simple. Entrance, exit. It doesn't get much easier than that. Okay, now what we're going to do is what we kind of did the same here. We're going to grab this little cylinder thing. We're going to bring it over. We're going to center it. Make it nice and big like so. Right there will work. And then it's pretty much just the exact same process as the other ride. So we're going to do this very quickly. Then we're just gonna absolutely spam the crap out of this. Just going like... Okay, well, since these fences are pretty much the exact same thing as what I've done over here, I'm gonna go ahead and do these off screen as well, because like I don't want you watching that. It's super boring. It's just me like sitting here pressing G, moving, pressing G. Yeah, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alrighty, I am back and I have finished the fencing for this ride. It is very basic. It is what it is. And because we've got these fences done, it means we can start to add some simple decorations just in the area of this drop ride. So let's get started with that. And I have one very specific thing I want to do. Now, in all the other lands in Pixar Park, we have basic park benches and trash cans. It's pretty boring. So I'm going to try and incorporate some of these rocks and try and make them into like benches, I guess. Let me build what I mean and we'll see if it looks good. So let's just get straight to that. Not only is this gonna hopefully add some cool little seating around into the park, but it's gonna act as a fence to stop people from going into like the places where they shouldn't be going. So it's kind of gonna be like 2 birds in 1 stone here. And just, I'm really hoping this looks nice, because if it does, then it's gonna be so perfect. Okay, so just like this, I'm then gonna see if I can make like bench out of it, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. So just like something like that, like it blends in nicely. It works as a little seat, so I think it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time over to the right. Around about there, I think will work nicely. And there we go, we got like 2 little benches done. Now the issue is they kind of don't look like benches, and I want them to look as close to a bench as I can possibly get. So I think one thing I want to do here is I'm going to grab a cylinder, I'm going to turn it sideways, shrink it down, and kind of just like add a little bit of a trim here, I guess you would call it. And I'm hoping that this makes it a bit more obviously like a bench. It's looking pretty good already. I'm thinking maybe I'd do something like this as well. Bring the cylinder up to here. And honestly, I think that works pretty nicely. It makes it more obviously like somewhere you're meant to sit down, but it also looks like good rock work. So it works amazingly for what it's meant to do. But we just got to quickly fix up the back of this, because honestly, it looks very ugly at the moment. I'm just going to make a super tall rock here. There we go. That looks pretty nice. I think it's going to look great, especially once I've got this whole land finished. So, well, with that done, I think it's time we can start adding some bushes and stuff in. So we'll quickly bring the bushes over. I'm going to start covering up these little ugly corners of the path. Of course, we'll copy this around to each and every corner. We'll add some extra grass along to this path, which is going to absolutely kill the game and the file size, but it looks good, so we don't care. Now all we need to do is just put more scenic things down, a bunch of bushes, some trees, all that good stuff. We'll grab these custom plants that I made and we can scatter some of these around as well. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to come back to a bit of the more decorating part just a bit later. I need to make a barrier here because I need to block off this little corner of the map. I don't want anyone to be able to see it, because this is where we're going to have part of a roller coaster in the land that's going to be over here. So I just need to grab some of these trees and kind of just use the bushes like this just to make a massive wall that just like blocks, I guess, the sight lines, I guess, makes nice sight lines. And while I'm at that, I might as well just go all the way back to there with it. There we go. Now once you're on ground level, you can't see anything past here, so it's going to feel so immersive, and it's going to feel like you're just in the one land without being able to see much from other lands. It's kind of like what I did here with the Cars land and the Bugs land. Like looking from this angle, you cannot see that there's a Cars land or a Bugs land. You can see like little elements of it. For the most part, it is really well hidden, and like you wouldn't even know there was a Cars land back here if you just saw this. Alright, let's continue decorating this. I'm going to grab a couple of trees. I'm going to try and create a little bit of shade for the seating areas there as well. What I'm also going to grab is this bundle of bushes and trees. Do this and bring it down. And I can start to put some of these just around the place. Also, what I'm going to do back here is place some of these little rocks around. Makes the backdrop look a little nicer. We're gonna grab some of these trees and place them just a little closer, just to add more like depth of field to this sort of area. One more thing I just need heaps of is just these bushes absolutely everywhere, because it's still like kind of a foresty area, so we want as much greenery as we can get down. Of course, I need more of this grass just scattered along the place, because it just makes everything look so much more detailed and nicer. I'm gonna then try and cover up the rest of this stupid freaking path back here. And it's looking pretty nice. We just kind of have to like continue doing this around the whole land a little bit. But there's still like some little things I want to add. And there's also like a massive thing back there I need to add. Last thing I'm going to do for this episode, I think, is just change the color of this of the drop tower, because it's like the green. There's so much green in this land already. We need something else. And I think what matches the movie and the theme pretty well will be a nice like aqua blue. So let's just see how this would look. I think that's honestly such a nice color for it. I think that works pretty good. While I'm doing this, I'll quickly just change the color of the poster itself as well. I'll make this a bit of a darker blue. I think will be nice. There we go. I think that's a very nice color scheme. Nice and blue. It matches the sky pretty well. Like, I mean, the movie's called Up. It's most of it's based in the sky, so it work. I don't know what else to say about that. But man, I could just like place this nature down for ages. Just like sit here, not even think, and just keep adding to it. Like, I think that's probably what the next episode's going to be a lot of, is just kind of adding heaps of nature items and stuff like that. I mean, it feels like we got a lot done, even though it kind of feels like we haven't. Like, all we've really done is decorated the two main flat rides. Of course, we got the balloon ride, which looks amazing now. And then, of course, we have a start to the drop tower as well, which is looking awesome as well. Now, the next episode could potentially be the last episode of this land. It really depends on how much I get done and how much I need to do. A little tease for the next episode, there's this famous landmark that I want to build in the back here. It's a big part of the movies. You can probably guess what it is already. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But I also want to add like some sort of food store, like maybe over here, sell some sort of themed food. And, you know, just some other decorations as well. There's something specific I want to build on the top of the drop tower I'll eventually do. Just some land decor, maybe making a little entrance sign to the land. Stuff like that. And I think for now, we're finished. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. I got new videos dropping every week. And with all of that said, I'll see you in the next episode of Pixar's Adventure Park.